Hey, I'm a PhD student of Macquarie University School of International Studies, and this is my first year of candidature. And for the past few years, I've been conducting research on the Chinese fandom of Thai boys love, exploring how fan engagement with the Thai BL fandom shapes their perceptions of gender and sexuality. And I wrote a thesis based on this research for my Master of Research degree last year. And I want to share some findings with you here. And before going into details of my findings, let me first introduce some important terms of my research. Okay, great. Boys love, also known as BL, is a fictional genre featuring two male characters in a romantic relationship, originating in Japan. And in the recent decade, the Thai media industry has produced a large amount of TV series centering romance between two beautiful young men, known as Thai BL series. The Thai BL series has been popular in some Asian countries since the beginning and has extended its reach in regions such as South and North America or Europe. Among all foreign markets, China has been one of its most important ones since the beginning, even though as queer content, the Thai BL has been under the Chinese government's strict censorship. The Thai BL series cannot be legally broadcasted on television or web-based platforms in China. As a result, the fans primarily access Thai BL content through the pirated fan subtitle resource, via the cloud storage services or private websites that host such content without state authorization, which are vulnerable to sudden shutdowns due to their unofficial status. My study focused on a specific part of Thai BL fandom, which is coupling culture, or so-called shipping culture in a Western context, a Finnish practice that imagines and celebrates the romantic relationship among real-life individuals, mostly between men. Although coupling in a Chinese context does not necessarily indicate fans consider this pairing to be imagination. Most Thai BL actors consistently work together and playing couples in a number of BL series. And they are also marketed as on-screen couples who perform stage homoerotic performances and the promotional activities for the BL series and also for commercial brands. Unlike many Asian celebrities, the Thai BL celebrities, especially in recent years, are more willing to show their support for the LGBTQ plus community, advocating rights for sexual minorities in political campaigns, and some even share with the public about their queer identities, relationships, and experiences. Meanwhile, the Thai celebrities are good at using social media to connect with their fans. They share a lot of their real-life moments, including their offstage interaction with the partners on the screen couple. Therefore, unlike typical discourse that frames BL as mere fantasy, the Thai BL show a rather blurry boundary between reality and fantasy. Some fans believe the two celebrities of the on-screen couples do have a romantic relationship in real life, and they do not popularize their relationship due to the concerns about the market or public reaction. And they will gossip about this perceived romantic relationship of these couples and also the sexualities and gender performances of the celebrity as well. My research is actually investigating such gossip by looking into the online fan discourse, basically fan social media posts and comments. My research question is, how does fan engagement with this Thai BL coupling fandom shapes their perception of gender and sexuality? My PhD program will look into fans with various gender and sexual identities. However, for my AMRAS, I only focus on the Chinese cisgender female fans, mostly self-claimed heterosexual of one Thai BL couple called Earthmates. There are two reasons behind this decision. The first one is a practical reason. Due to the limited time frame in AMRAS, I decided only to do digital ethnography, and the dominant voices in Chinese fandom of the Thai BL are heterosexual women. And secondly, from a global perspective, there is established scholarship looking into fans from the LGBTQ plus community making use of BL as their resource to explore gender and sexuality. However, most scholarship frames BL as a fantasy for heterosexual women to exert their agency in writing or to explore their own heterosexual desires. So I was wondering if engaging with BL shapes this women's perception of gender and sexuality as well, just like the self-claimed queer individuals. If yes, how? Why I perceive this project to seek queer potential of fan experiences. I also want to flag that the queer in this study does not conflate with LGBTQ plus or any fixed identity categories. Rather, I adopt a notion of non-normative to describe the individuals and their experiences in challenging the dominant ideology of gender and sexualities. So this notion is proposed by scholars studying queer media and lived experiences on Chinese society, and also echoing the conceptualization of queer as a positionality vis-a-vis the normative by Halperin. I have somehow three findings from my research. Firstly, because fans suspect that the couple might be dating each other in real life, and these two individuals as someone they really love and adore and feel connected to, they develop an intense curiosity to explore queer sexualities. During their exploration, they watch queer media content produced by some gay social media accounts, and they make friends with the gay people around them. All these things connect them to the local gay community. In this sense, engagement with the Thai BL fandom increases the relevance of queer sexuality in their lives. In addition, the Thai BL celebrities like Earthmakes have been engaging with online campaigns for the same-sex marriage bill in Thailand on their social media accounts and advocating for the legal rights for sexual minorities in the media interviews or TV shows, thus raising the awareness of their offense. This content introduced the Chinese fans to the impacts of same-sex marriage on homosexual couples and the legitimacy of the fight for the right to the marriage. Many Chinese fans have expressed their hope that the social tolerance for gay people will be improved and the bill will be passed in the near future. But actually, the bill has been passed in the beginning of this year. The second finding is something about how fans change their perception of gender. The Thai BL celebrities exhibit a mix of different gender traits in their on-stage performances and also from the moments they share on social media about their personal lives. So fans experience this dynamism of gender from the vivid manner of their beloved celebrities. By experiencing that, they learn to embrace and learn to appreciate gender fluidity. Fans particularly separate the so-called soft masculinity or androgyny exhibited by these celebrities. Unlike the hegemonic masculinity, the soft masculinity emphasizes empathy, sensitivity, domesticity, and other qualities that traditionally associated with femininity. According to previous studies, the female fans are attracted to Asian male celebrities who display soft masculinity, and fans also use the concept of soft masculinity to go against the concept of straight man in Chinese context, which refers to men with toxic masculinity. And some female fans express their queer desires over the two male celebrities, including as a female to sexually dominate the male bodies. The third finding is about fans' changing perception of intimate relationship. Fans actively read an ideal model of intimate relationships for male-male pairings, as they generally believe that without the gender roles imposed by biological sex differences, same-sex couples tend to behave with more mutual respect, understanding, and care towards each other. Since these females are mostly heterosexual, they use this ideal model as a benchmark and compare it with their own or perceived heterosexual relationships, and finding flaws about it, being critical about it, and again, use it as a weapon to go against the heteropatriarchal ideologies embedded in the heterosexual relationship. It also informed these women of the diversity in life choices and encourages them to live a normative life, like not being forced into have a heterosexual marriage. To conclude this research, firstly, it avails the Thai BL as a genre of popular culture, possesses queer potential as a transnational media form. In an oppressive society like mainland China, where the flow of media content is highly restricted and the related social discussions is highly limited, the Thai BL fandom serves as a precious space for individuals to learn and reshape their perceptions about gender and sexuality. Second, it also reviews the power of a coupling fandom of Thai BL celebrities in connecting the fantasy with fans' perceptions of reality. As a form of queer content performed by celebrities brings some sense of realness, fans continually relate their personal experiences and observations to the experiences of the fandom, therefore envisioning alternative models and reflecting on real-world issues. And that's it. Thank you.